shifters all the way against the floor. That's park. And they got a switch up here, kill switch, on and off. Up, it's backwards. Up is off, and down is on. So we flip it down, push this button, hold on the brake. Starts right up. The reason I like doing derbies is because, for one, it brings the whole family together. They can come out and watch me drive, and it gives me something to do on the weekends and keeps me out of trouble. But the reason I really like to do it is because when I get on the track, it's just the adrenaline rush, because, I mean, no other place can you take a car and hit somebody, 45 miles an hour with them and it be legal. It's just an adrenaline rush for me. I mean, the reason I really like to do it is because I know how long it takes me to do my car and how long a prep time it is, and for me to go out and actually hit somebody with 1 or 2 hits and put them out of the derby for the whole derby, it's just kind of unreal,
Driving a car would probably be the best. Building the car can be a pain because you can have it running 1 minute and you change something, the next minute it's not running, and you're like a week before the fair and you're just going crazy trying to get this car to run. You get really pumped up out there in the arena.
Yeah, I'm going to drive it a little bit and go test it out. Put a couple dents in it and then let her, and then she can have it all.
This is my Dakota car. This is a little stuffed animal with my dog. Start naming all my cars Dakota.
It's a 68 Cadillac Coupe, sedan DeVille. 472, still a rookie.
The sponsors are D&M Floor Coverings, A&C Disposal. D&M Floor Coverings, A&C Disposals are Mike Kelly is the driver. Trucking and Angel's Car Wash are the sponsors.
On the first shock bumper car I ever used was a Chrysler Imperial. I didn't pop the shock mounts on each side, and they extend about this long stock. What happened was I just welded them, and on the second hit, the tubing's so thin that it broke the whole bumper off. So what I did the next derby the following year I learned was you pop a hole in them and push them back, and then weld this mount in here to this mount here, and it makes it sturdy, that way it can't rip off. Then after that I welded the mount solid here around the casing here, and there's about a 12-inch casing that bolts onto the frame, and took and welded that all on solid so that way it doesn't rip off. Started back in 1997, kind of as a bet through high school. We bought this car and we didn't know what to do with it, so my friend just bet me I wouldn't do it, so I ended up doing it. And after my first derby I really liked it, so I did 2 more that year, one in Plymouth and one in Ripon, and just started really liking them, and just really like to do it in Angels Camp in front of my parents, and all my family can make it up to that one. Started driving Ford. They did all right, but they were a little bit soft. The motors blew up, so I switched over to Chrysler. enjoyed those because they were really strong. The motors ran really well, and you could get them as hot as you wanted to, and they never blew up. Used Chrysler for 4 years.
Days of the Imperials. Boy, you've all missed something. Next year we're going to try and get the old Imperials, the Imperials to come back, and like the good old days, we'll get a count of probably 22, 25. Seems like everything's probably faded off with all the good old boys that used to come out here and race. So all the newcomers that are coming and all the greenhorns, well, we'll just see what they got. I think next year we'll probably get Kenny Douglas and Rick and all the rest of the guys that come out and knock heads, lock horns, whatever you want to call. So we'll see next year. You know, we're going to try and get the Imperials to come back, and if that happens, that's a good thing.
Until last year, I just heard that the old Impalas, the 73 to 76 Impalas, were a lot tougher. I didn't believe people that were telling me, but I ended up trying them anyways. And it turns out they're a lot stronger because they're full frame, and you can use the front end as much as you want on them, and it doesn't hurt anything on them. As with the Chrysler, if you use the front end too much on it, it kinks the frame and end up bending the frame up and knocking your fuel pump off and pretty much ending your derby.
The best car I've ever had was a 76, 75 Chevy Impala wagons. I used to run Chrysler, but now I'm running Chevy wagons. They're the best ones on the circuit right now. Chryslers are obsolete now in my point of view, but the wagons are the best ones.
Why?
They're full frame. They got leaf springs. They have impact bumpers. They got a bigger rear end, and they're just an overall car that's the best one right now to run on the circuit.
I understand you're going to run some Chrysler Imperials if you get a chance.
If they bring back the Chrysler Imperial, I do have one, 64 or 65 Chrysler Imperial. If they bring them back, yes, I will bring it.
Isn't that cheating to drive an Imperial?
No, it is not. If it's in the rules, you can do it. If it's not in the rules, that's cheating. It's only cheating if you get caught.
The back ends aren't as strong because they're a channeled frame as opposed to the box frame of the Chrysler, but I like to use the front end more anyways. What I like to do on the brakes is take this whole back line off right here, cut it, and put a plug in there, and just get rid of all the back brakes, cut the e-brake, everything, because if the frame bends up, it'll pull that e-brake and lock the back brakes up and you won't go anywhere. Also, when you cut the back brake lines and just use the front, you can actually put your foot on the pedal without turning the steering wheel and hit the gas, and it'll spin you all the way around. Gives you a little bit of an advantage. I've done that a few times to people when they think that I'm dead out in the arena, swing around real fast, and they end up going right past you and up on a log. It happened to a guy last year. So it gives you a little bit of an advantage. I'm going to leave it all stock for right now in the back. I'm not going to dent anything up. And just because of my sponsor, they can come out and take pictures. They like to do it with their family and stuff like that. When the derby actually starts, maybe 15 minutes before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right here. I'm going to pound it in with the sledgehammer here, all the way down here. And then I'm going to cut the frame in a pie shape right here on both sides. And then pound it all the way across and cut it on the other side. Because what happens is if you don't cut the frame and pound it, this back bumper, when you hit, it's going to stay sturdier than if you didn't cut it. But if you leave it stock, it's going to eventually go to the ground, and it's going to end your derby because you're not going to be able to go anywhere.
Hey, come on, big camera.
What I like to do with the tires are get a real tall, narrow, aggressive tire, preferably 8-ply or 10-ply that have thick sidewalls. I was using 2 and 4-ply regular truck tires. They do all right until you get hit and it spins the car sideways, and then it breaks the bead and flattens the tire. You want a tall tire that'll fit up in here and you'll still have room. With these narrow tires, they're able to dig down a little deeper and you can actually get better traction. What I may do is take the valve stem out, fill it up with water, a little bit harder to pop that way. Gives you more traction in the back. That way you can get going a little bit faster, out on the arena. But you want to leave this stock in here, because if it bends, it's just going to bend over the tire anyways. If you were to cut it out, it just weaken the whole car and make your tire real vulnerable. Actually, I got these from a sponsor up in Arnold, a guy by the name of Tony. He runs Arnold Tire up there. I appreciate the donation from him. He gave me 3 of these, so get me through the Derby with those. The reason I painted this tire real colorful, silver, orange, and then a blue streak in the middle is because it doesn't have any back brakes. The only brakes are the front. They don't work really well. But if you happen to hit somebody in the driver door or someplace you're not supposed to, if they see that your tire is locked up, then they won't disqualify you because you actually made an attempt to stop. If you were to leave it solid silver, it'd be harder for them to guess whether it's turning or if it's not turning, if it's locked up. So I just take and paint half and half with the stripe in the middle. The stripe just indicates whether it's moving or not. That way they can tell to disqualify you or not if you hit somebody you're not supposed to.
My dad, he doesn't like me doing the Derby because of all the junk I have to bring home. I like the car sitting out in front because it just looks crappy. My sister and my mom they've been doing all the painting for me. My dad actually did help me this year. He helped me last year because my mom made him. He did help me, but he's not going to be in the pit because he's going to be driving cows or pulling our animals home and stuff. Tack. These are parts to the piston, which this motor here has less because this motor here was in my car, which is a 400 big block Pontiac Catalina. I shattered 3 pistons. Some more parts. Some parts to the piston rod. Stuff like that. Piston itself.
The way I got into cars was ever since I was real young. My grandpa on my mom's side and my dad, they've been best friends. My dad actually raced a little bit professionally, stock cars and stuff. He got me into it when I was young. I remember he had a '68 Camaro that he loved, and it was just his dream car, and it got me into it. So I just started working on cars a little bit here and there, and took some classes in Bret Hart, and ended up my freshman year of high school. I ended up buying a 1948 GMC pickup, just 2-wheel drive stock, 3 on the tree with a straight 6, and I really did a lot of work over the years to it. Now I have it. It's not completely done, but it's I turned it into a 4x4 with a 500 horse motor in it, and we're going to take it up to Reno this year for Hot August Nights and enter it. That's pretty much my baby. My son, who's 2 now, can pretty much tell you any car that he sees what it is. He'll tell you that it's got a motor. He'll tell you what color it is. He'll tell you what make and model, and he's really intelligent. Got him into cars because he watches all my Derby tapes on film when I'm not around because he misses me, misses seeing my car. He just loves to come out in the yard with me. He works on it, and he can tell you a little bit about it. He can tell you the basic parts on it, that it's got a motor. If you were to take the carburetor and put it out on the wall right there, he'd tell you it's a carburetor. He's a pretty intelligent kid. When I go out and drive, I got a full face helmet, goggles that I wear so that way mud won't get into my eyes and I won't go blind. And I just put a long sleeve sweatshirt on with some gloves. I don't wear any back braces or neck braces. You see people come out for their first time in a Derby and they got this huge neck brace from here to here on. And when they get into the car, they strap it on, they realize they can only turn about this far in the car and they can't see what's going on behind them. So it kind of confuses them and they don't know what to do. So that's the reason I stick away from the neck braces. I've never actually really gotten hurt with my back or neck. It's just all about being on time, being able to brace yourself in the car, because if you don't brace yourself, you still got a helmet on, but your head's going to go into the ceiling and you're going to get rattled around a little bit. Only time I actually really got hurt was when I got hit in the driver's door. I got knocked unconscious for a few seconds, but as soon as I came back around and they talked to me and stuff out in the arena, I was able to come back out and go at it. But other than that, I don't really have any serious injuries or illnesses or aches or anything from it. Just maybe a little bit of soreness in the morning. You're always real fatigued between heats because you're always so hyped up and on adrenaline rush that after the heats, you actually have to go and drink a couple quarts of water. The cage that I use is a 2-inch metal tubing. It's run behind the driver's seat and in front of the steering box. Run all the way across, welded on solid. Put one in the middle here and one on against the door on the driver's side. This actually protects you in case somebody hits you and goes through your door. This will stop it. Gives you a little bit more protection.
This is my gas tank. It holds 6 gallons, 5 to 6 gallons. We have it bolted with this chain and the seat belt so it don't move around. We have a fuel filter here, and the original gas tank has been taken out. It's in every Derby car. The original gas tank has to come out. You can only run metal gas tanks. We put this rubber over there in case it does get punctured or something. It's not splashing all over inside the car or on the back seat of me or something. So then when it does ignite, it's not gonna, you know, get all over me. It probably will, but my luck. This is my support here to keep the whole side smashing in. We got 2 here and 1 down on the driver's side. And then this piece of rubber here goes over my batteries to keep them from exploding all over.
I live in Valley Springs as well. Me and Joe have worked on Derby cars for a couple years here. This is just one of our features. Here's Joe. He's the driver of number 33 car, which is, you'll see, is going to do quite well in this here Derby.
This car is a 1974 Lincoln Continental Mark IV. It's almost identical to the first car Timmy and I built together in the high school auto shop. Same paint scheme, different colors, same number 33. It's still a hot rod Lincoln, and we just got hooked on it back then, and we keep coming up with cars that make better Derby cars than anything else, and we keep running them.
How many races can you get out of a car like this?
This particular car is pretty straight yet, and it's already been through this Derby last year. After placing in the first heat and qualifying for the main, I broke my steering box and was unable to fix it. So it's been through 1 heat already. This will be its 2nd Derby. I don't generally run a car more than 2 Derbies just because they get a little bit too beat up. I like running a fresh car and seeing what's going to break first.
How much of the fun is getting the car ready?
At least half the fun is getting the car ready, because that takes 3 or 4 nights of staying up until early morning hours, you know, trying to hammer and cut on a car without waking the neighbors up and getting complained about. And then the other half would be running in the Derby, a Derby that takes about 2 to 3 hours to complete, but seems to go by in about 15 minutes. So I guess that's why I keep coming back every year. I need my 15 minutes of fun, even though it's actually 3 hours. And this year, for the first time, I've actually got sponsors. Reed Equipment from Stockton and Fresno, California sponsored me the beautiful antique John Deere green and John Deere commercial yellow paint. And also Terry L. Clark Insurance from Valley Springs was good enough to sponsor me. And I just hope she'll be able to help me process my claim after the Derby.
The fire situation. Understand, 2 is all you're allowed. That means 1, 2, 3, 2, you're out. You get the flag, you're cut off. My guys, believe it or not, do know what a fire is. We know when it's not, you know, the fire's coming out and it's going up around your car and in the car, that's a fire. So I have enough faith in my guys to know that they can make that call. But 2, you're out. Number 8?
Got a nose full of CO2 there, probably not the most pleasant way to spend your Sunday evening.
Sandbagging. Okay, Rick Roberts will explain sandbagging to you all.
I wrote the book. How many first drivers we got here? Okay, sandbagging is driving around the arena and not making any contact with the vehicle. But when you do make a contact, it's a very light. Or you sit in the corner. How many minutes you got? 2 minutes?
2.
You got 2 minutes to make a contact on your own power, not the vehicle hitting you and you slide into another vehicle. You making a contact with another vehicle on your own power, whether it be hard or whatever. But you're sitting in a corner for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and you come out, make a hit, and go back in that same corner for another 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's sandbagging. We will get you for that. I don't know how many times we get them. One go up, black flag, or right
If
up
we
there.
see you're sandbagging, we will let you know. We've got radios. We'll say, can you let car 0600 know? He needs to, you see this? That means you better start mixing it up. Okay, that means you start hitting.
Other sponsors. 02. We'll get back to 33 in a minute. Number 8 comes in. Carol Butter Construction, Mother Load Hydroponics, first sponsor. 75 enters the arena. John Leatherman is the driver. Yeah, set, and go! If you think things slow down even a little bit when the gals take over, you are dead wrong. First machine shop in Citywide going on the sponsors. Joe Dawson are the sponsors. On the side, so we will assume they have honored on the sponsor. The driver is George from the Auto Western Loop, Calaveras Telephone and Allied Business Associates on the sponsor. That rounds up our 6 cars that we need for heat number 2. Okay, everybody in place. Gentlemen, fire them up and watch the man with the flag. On your mark. Get set. Go! for the bragging rights from his group. There is smoke and water coming out of every bolt hole on that car. Appears to still be running, and Steve Pierce Jr. is not. So let's see what happens. Again, both drivers fully aware that if they destroy their cars in an effort to win these runs and are unable to make the main, they're absolutely no good gun to either one. Again, it is the initiator of the contact, not Smith, not merely the contact. It is the person who initiates the contact who gets credit. Okay, that's the end of it.
861. 31 seconds. 86 first, 31 seconds, 5:55 third.
Okay, the finishers. In heat 2. In third place, Flint Herman in car 55. In second place, car number 31, Steve Pierce Jr. And in first, in heat number 2, 86 Buick. Go Gualco.
Cut it off another way on that rough.
What are you trying to do on the back end here?
Pull it down so I can see.
Oh, that's the problem. Were you happy with the way the car performed?
Oh yeah.
Left?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You planning to do it in the powder puff?
There's lots left. We just need to fix a few minor things, but engine's running great. She's still in one piece.
All right.
So,
how'd you feel about that heat?
that was a pretty hard hit heat.
Yeah.
I've been to lots and lots of derbies, and for a heat, that was pretty ruthless.
All right.
So, pretty bad.
So tell me you got to put a drive shaft in here?
Yeah, put a drive shaft in.
qualified. Okay, again, we've got a number of cars that are qualified to continue the competition. Okay, the car is 2002 Demolition Derby main event. Of all the drivers out here. This is the girls' part of the night, and it doesn't slow down a bit. On your mark, get set, and go! Okay, numbers are a little easier to read than they usually are, because a number of these gals have built their own car, or had their own cars built to compete tonight. First real contact, and 002, Ramirez. Number 8, Leanne Anderson comes down from the high side. And pops number 21, Courtney Gualco. absolutely horrible noises coming out from underneath that thing. So, 002. Jenny Ramirez and number 75, Donald Leatherman, both completely normal, both either gal in good position to take over the lead in the marathon. Not decided quite right here, but it will be, I don't think we're far off. Okay, Leanne Anderson put the flag out. Acknowledge the fact that the 002 car driven by Jenny Ramirez is here in memory of Jeremy Burns also. Okay, again, both gals in good position to take over the lead now. Donna Leatherman seems to be the most mobile of the two. And Ziggin instead of Zaggett. Okay, Megan Wentworth is also out of the competition. Okay, it's between these two. Help them out. Pick one out and give all the help you can. Car number 75, Don Leatherman, and car number 002, Jenny Ramirez. Mixing it up to finish up the demolition derby here for the 2002 Pro Jump. This could be it right here. A whole face full of hood, and I believe that Jenny Ramirez is going to just keep pounding and pounding and pounding until there is nothing left of that automobile. A well-earned victory for car number 002, Jenny Ramirez, sponsored by Hubbard & Associates, Napa Auto Parts, Sunset Auto, Sierra Extreme Motorsports. Absolutely horrible noises coming out from underneath that thing.